Hello and welcome to Talking Sheep. Today we talk about Father Crespi and his crispy artifacts that burnt to hell and how you cannot touch them. Hello and welcome to Talking Sheep. What are you laughing at?
He looked at both of us like, hey, what? Oh, it's me.
Sorry, didn't Dan used to always do the introduction for this show?
Did you always do it at first, or did we just...
Did I?
I thought you always did it.
Did he always do it at first?
He used to a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
So I was a little confused. I was like, oh, wait, yeah. Now it's me.
Now it's me.
It's been changed for quite a while, though. Whoever does the topic host.
Right?
He's not feeling the best today, so...
Yeah, a little off his rocker.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, what do you got for us,
rough.
TC?
Are we introducing? Everybody knows who we are. Go ahead.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it's too late now.
We're that famous already. Everyone knows us. It's okay. This is, try to pronounce his name, Father Crespi. I don't know. I say Crispy.
I say crispy. Crispy?
Before we go too far, let me make sure who's...
Yeah, this is some...
Oh, it's another Jason Barker.
No.
Hey, another J2 in a row. Jason, congrats.
Yes, and there's a few things about this guy. One thing I like to talk about is you got to see like the plate he's holding right here, and these are some more pictures of it.
Pasteurizer plate.
They say, that he got these from the indigenous people in South America,
Okay.
where he was, because he was a priest down there. And they say that he got these from them, or bought them off them, depending on which side you go with. And the natives say they got these from a underground cavern in the jungle, in the Amazon jungle.
Okay.
But if you look at the picture, like this one looks very Sumerian.
Yeah.
And there's more with this one right here, which kind of looks Egyptian-ish.
Oh, the gray one there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're
That's the
wondering...
reptile people that Dan will like so much.
Oh, yeah. I love those. That's a horn growing out of the forehead, ain't it? No, it's
That's a
detached.
snake.
The snake right here. Is that what you're talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah, it looks like a snake.
So what's the niche about this guy? Just, what's special about him?
That
Excuse me.
they're saying because these artifacts look like they're from all over the world, and that they're supposed to be. The natives say they're really old, and that's what he claimed too. That they were really old and they were hidden in this underground chamber.
Now, is this what I was talking to you about? Was this the one that's underground, but like
Underwater?
underwater,
Yep.
and then you got to go?
Yeah. So no one's ever found this cavern, supposedly where he got this stuff from.
Oh, so he's just telling a story. It's a legend.
That's what he
legend
says it's true,
goes.
and so do the natives. But there's also another side to this story where this Father Crespi, some conspiracy theorists say that he is Adolf Hitler.
Oh, yeah. He's got the mustache.
I don't know if I see a resemblance.
No, that's the thing. The person who says this is Adolf Hitler is she worked for the Nazis during Nazi Party, World War II, and all that.
Okay.
Her father was facial reconstructionist. He was paid by the government. All his funds were from the German government. And it was a lady and her father and her brother that worked there.
Okay.
And they claimed that, 3 men were brought in under mysterious, cloaked, couldn't see them. The only person that was allowed to see them was, them when they were doing the surgery, and that was it. Mm-hmm. And all 3 of them claimed that one of the... they said first one was Adolf Hitler. They claim it was Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
And they said, if you notice, he doesn't do any public speeches after 1943.
Oh, Hitler doesn't?
Yes.
Oh.
We've already heard about this, about how it wasn't Hitler's body that, he shot himself.
Yeah.
That the Russians claimed that was his body. Well, people say it's not.
Yep.
And they think that he reconstructed his face and then got on a submarine
Yep.
and went over to South America.
And then
that's where he got
he took these with him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was a big art collector.
Yep.
So he took these things with him, and that was actually Hitler's then, and not this pastor or priest guy.
Yeah, because he just came out of nowhere with him.
Yeah, pretty much. He just showed up.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden.
And Hitler's supposed family mother was from it was Austrian Italy. For his dad was Austrian and his mom was Italian mostly. And Father Crespi, whatever his name is,
That's what we're gonna call him. Yeah.
claims to have the same exact family lineage type thing.
No
where
shit.
he spoke fluent Italian, just like Adolf Hitler did when he spoke with Mussolini. Never had an interpreter or anything.
Really?
So spoke fluent Italian.
So aside from these things being collection, there's nothing. These don't do anything. They don't tell the future or anything.
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
Well, I think on top of that was that the indigenous tribe said that these were all stored underground. So there's an underground vault, kind of like the Grand Canyon cave where they had all that
World treasure.
the world treasures in there. I remember that, and I remember it being underwater. I remember that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there a guy that says he found it, but then he died before he could take anybody, which is interesting.
Seems to happen a lot.
During the show, we talk a lot about that, don't we?
That and blurry pictures.
Yeah, blurry pictures, and always, well, this guy was going to tell us, and then he was killed with his own catheter, or he ended up missing, or a plane crashed. It's always interesting how that happens. I'm going to come out in 3 days and tell the world about something, and next thing you know, he slips on a turd and breaks his head open.
Seems to be the reoccurring theme there.
Yeah.
So,
Which, only lends more weight to the conspiracy theory in the first damn place. But.
Yeah.
So where are these at now, does it say? Can I
No,
go visit
because-
them?
Suppose it's in Hitler's underground Antarctica base.
Right? That could be. But apparently on the day this guy died,
Yeah.
2 big cargo planes showed up, packed everything up, and flew off.
That fucking
They have
Smithsonian.
no clue where it went.
Smithsonian again.
Right.
Same with the Giants and everything else.
And they claim that the day when this guy's funeral was that to rival royalty because 2,000 people showed up to South America for this guy's death.
Really?
Yes. And this is the same area in South America where the Nazi hunters found other Nazis
Really?
in there. Yep. So that's why they think that's where the Hitler thing comes from.
That's interesting because all that research I've done has there's Nazi stuff being found all over the place. I mean, it's really interesting. So we can't see the tablets anywhere. They're spirited away.
Yep.
In secret.
To an unknown location.
This
Probably
guy
Antarctica
might,
base.
I still think that it's we all the video starts and we all just shut up.
I was hoping you guys would talk over it.
This guy's like, oh, if you go over here, you'll see you get a nice
Our
cab.
attention span's like, ooh, something's going on.
So there's
that's
Father
him.
Crespi, right?
Yep.
Or Crespi.
Do you want them well done or crispy?
I think I've seen this. He actually goes in this little room and shows them like a lot of. I mean, there wasn't just 4 or 5 of these things. He had like 20, 30 of these things or more. Right?
It was up to 1,000. I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
supposed to
ton
be.
of them, which is interesting because if these indigenous life forms, if these indigenous tribe men were diving underwater, going to this cave, and pulling these things out, wouldn't you think they would melt the precious metal back down? Maybe. Right. Why would they keep it unless it's a religious type of
And
thing?
if it's gold, it's
or-
probably very heavy.
I suppose. And then they got to swim out with it.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's a.
Camel plat.
The thing, like a lot of these look Sumerian. They got Egyptian.
Oh, he looks ornery.
Asians.
Maybe he is Hitler.
Hitler was ornery. He looked.
He was an ornery
he always looked
motherfucker.
ornery, didn't he?
That's a camel with wings. And a bucket on his head.
That bucket's hold water. Upside down.
But they never found the Nazi treasure thing either. That they collect all the artwork and all that stuff the Nazis did.
Oh yeah, there's that Nazi train that was supposedly buried. I was doing
Yep.
some research on that just recently.
So that's how these people are connecting that with
A
few different ways to this guy. Then
Holy shit. Does that sound like Hitler?
Hitler's older.
La placa with the hole in the center. La placa with the hero big.
For Stanley Hall, this is the big moment.
Oh, big moment.
The big moment's coming up.
He's rearranging his furniture. Look out.
His faith in one
Jesus,
body
look at that.
will be put
He is
to
a
the
junk
test.
collector.
he should watch
Hoarding
more.
for fucking priests. Buried alive.
Some of them are quite remarkable objects.
Jesus, that thing's huge.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, don't you fucking touch this.
Jesus, that's what it looked like.
They had to mute that out, too. So.
It was so bad that we couldn't even do it in.
Donde
Mike, I mean,
Oh, these guys want to go through my junk.
Came from the caves.
just like in that Buried Alive show, where they're like, no, that's I gotta keep that. It's like mail from 14 years ago.
Right?
It is dirty now. Don't get me wrong. Now, if you were to
Father
spirit all that
Crespi
stuff away, wouldn't you have it cleaned up if it was a,
the
like a
gold of the
museum
gods
piece?
spooked
You'd
by-
think.
Well, yeah. Well, he probably doesn't want to show it off. He's probably more a closet.
Why would
hoarder.
Hitler come out and say anything though? Say it is Hitler. Why would he come out and say like, "Hey, look all the shit I found"?
show off?
Right?
You know, if I was Hitler, I would have, because they always talked about the Reich rising up again. If this was him, he spirited all the shit out. He wouldn't show anybody. He'd have
No.
it in a cave someplace and saying, "Hey, when you guys come back to retake over the world, this is some gold and shit you can sell." Look at that
Right,
guy's
that's what I
hair.
was thinking.
What
Look
the
at that.
hell's wrong with the back of his head?
Probably cut it himself.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, damn, he pissed him off.
Oh,
He looks angry.
He
let's hear him
does.
again.
I think it was bigger than Kraken.
Or is that just the way they speak? You ever notice that? Like
That
some-
doesn't sound like Hitler at all. Well, I guess.
All Germans
old
sound
now.
angry.
yeah, right.
They talk.
What's up, Schnitzel? I'm sorry, man.
So is it that? So the whole conspiracy about this is just that he might be Hitler. That's what it is.
No, not just that, but I guess the two ways. Either if he is Hitler, then is this the Nazi treasure that they took from everywhere
that
else
way,
they went,
yeah.
or he's this awesome priest guy who got a whole bunch of ancient relics from a cave no one can find, and it looks like they're from around the world.
Which would, that would
So
be
which would
interesting.
imply world travel long before
Yep.
we know it today.
And
or
I could
think
buy
today.
into that. I could. But didn't they even say they couldn't find the damn tribe even?
Yeah,
So everybody's gone.
of course.
Yeah.
That's how these things work.
Yep, they disappear without a trace, and we wonder how the hell it got there. And I'm
It's
sure we'll do the
interesting.
same thing when our
Oh,
race
yeah.
perishes.
I think it's really interesting, though. I gotta be honest.
Well, also another thing about this gold, if it was a tribe, the king of that tribe was known as, however they say in indigenous language, what it means, the king of the four corners. 4 quarters of, like, they're thinking like the world then.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's why there's Sumerian and all that, and Egyptian. Like, they had travel around
All
the whole world.
And then the old father here, he goes and helps them or visits them, and they're like, "Here, take this 14-ton." And
So it would have been a long time before that. That's just where the gold came from, they
Oh,
say.
okay.
Because this would be before Columbus even went around the world. Not went around the world, but discovered America, supposedly.
we all know
I
that's
know.
false. I know, but I don't know, man. Here's the funny thing about the Hitler thing, though. I just came across some more, shit. I was doing some research, and I get a little.
Sidetracked.
Yeah, I do. I'm like, oh, I'm going to research this. This is interesting. And they have a picture of a guy in Argentina, which
Yep.
I think it's Argentina, that looks a lot like Hitler. And he's got like I think it would look like
And that's where they say he went, was Argentina.
yeah, that would be the place to go. That's where all those ruins were found and
Yep.
everything else. So that's where all the subs were going to before they went to Antarctica and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I don't know. And that one, have you seen that picture where he's in the?
I don't think so.
He's got a white shirt on, some kind of like leather deal here, but he looks like Hitler. I mean, he ain't no joke. I mean, older.
Right.
He's got some female next to him, but I was gonna bring it up and show it,
Yeah.
but then I figured I was gonna do my other article and I haven't done any more research.
Yeah, they
so.
claim that skull that was found, that's supposed to be Hitler's head when he shot himself, was a female skull.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was much too small to be a male.
It's interesting because when you do a little research in World War II, and there's so much conspiracy in that, during that whole war in the first place. But like the concentration camps, they say not all of them were concentration camps. That was propaganda.
a party.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, what were they then?
It was a labor camp. So they were there to work, but they weren't like the gas chambers and everything else. But that was only a certain few areas. They said it's all over the place. And there's even this lady that came out and said that there was never a concentration camp at Auschwitz or someplace, and they shut her up right quick. It was
Oh, I bet.
interesting. And then on top of that, you have the German train that had all the gold in it.
Yep.
You had they said that Hitler killed himself because they couldn't find him, and they had to make sure that the war was over. Cut the head off the snake,
Yeah.
right? So that's all propaganda. It's a big lie. That's a huge conspiracy. They're saying there's no way that he would have shot himself. He always believed that even if they were to lose, they would come back. Kind of like the South would rise again. So ultimately, that was all just a conspiracy theory. He very well could have left and went to Argentina or got the facial reconstruction, and now he's Father Crespi. So
and probably a voice change
I
too.
forgot you just said the facial reconstruction stuff. That supposedly, like a couple of weeks after they did that, all of a sudden the German army SS raided the place, killed her brother and father, and then burnt everything to the ground.
damn.
Yep. The leave no proof kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, we've never
That's-
seen
that's,
that in conspiracy
right.
theories, have we?
No. Another running theme.
Well, that's really interesting. I think it makes a really good topic.
Every time I looked him up, most of what I found was on him being Hitler. I only found like the one video
That's
on
probably
the treasure.
Yeah.
People just focus on that, and everything
Yep.
gets buried. So.
However, the treasure is, to me, is it's tangible. It's there. He had
Right.
it. That's the most important
It's on
thing.
video right there. You can see the treasure.
And it's all looks different from every like you said.
People don't really care about that. It's just it's all this junk. Well, whoop-de-doo.
What's this Sumerian text?
Really,
Who gives
it's
a
1,000
shit?
years old and Sanskrit and all that. Fuck it, we don't need this.
Tells
It's
you
just
about
junk.
tells you about the fifth time the world has gone away
Right.
and came back.
You know
to
how that
Planet
is.
X.
Send in the pickers.
You know how that is when you're
Pick
old.
it.
You're older. You're going through your grandma's basement. She's got all that shit down there,
And you find out later after you threw it away, it's worth like millions.
and she's bitching at you while you're pulling it out.
Don't throw that away. It's just a postcard. It's the last postcard, the World Fair, and you threw it
Right.
out worth $10,000. Like, oh shit.
Interesting.
I would like to know
I
where
think
they all
Brandon
went.
wants to chime in.
I just have a question.
Okay.
Closer.
You said they found a female skull
Yeah.
instead.
Well, not instead. There was the two bodies were female.
Both
instead.
were female?
Yeah, the bull skulls.
Oh, I never heard that one.
Yeah. I know because the other one would have been what's her
Ava's.
name?
Ava.
Ava.
Yep.
Yep.
Eva.
Eva.
Eve.
Ava.
Splitting hairs here, Dan. Splitting hairs.
I gotta say, I really am more interested in what happened to all the relics.
Right. Is it?
Because how many times do we do in conspiracy theories does that just happen? The
It just
giants go away.
disappears.
I bet you Smithsonian has all this shit. Their underground Smithsonian must
They're
be
the-
massive.
they're
Like
the
Warehouse 19, massive.
The real New World Order.
Yeah, the Smithsonian, right?
Yes.
Somebody's got a secret stash.
When was
my
that video shot that you guys had up of him taking all that junk out?
Where was it? Location.
No, time. When was it? What was the year?
Oh,
Well, I don't think it showed. Obviously, this is upload dating. Gonna be right.
yeah.
Oh.
I don't think it says the exact time. But
Looks
judging
like-
by that, probably the 7.
I would say it looks like 70s style
Actually,
camera
what
work,
does the
right?
description
Yeah.
say on it?
Unfortunately, many of the artifacts were destroyed in a fire in 1962. This one says.
Oh, there we go.
Convenient.
That's
Once
true.
again.
Another convenience.
How the hell did you see that big stone freaking carriage he was next to?
It's like the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
You got pissed. Let's get back to that one. You got pissed.
He got pissed when they touched it. Because the Nazis were searching for the
Right
Ark.
around there somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, I think the volume was down at that part, if I remember right.
I think they turned it off. The
Some of
volume.
them are quite remarkable objects.
Look
Yeah,
at
see,
that.
it mutes right there. He's pissed. He's like,
don't
you
fucking
don't
touch it. How does
I
that
will
get
fucking kill you.
How does that get fucked in a fucking fire?
Right?
It's stone. It's huge. Oh, the fire destroyed it. Oh, just like 9/11.
Yeah.
Criminy.
Look at him. That's Santa Claus Hitler. That's what
It
that
is.
is.
But they said this guy was really nice. Like he'd give away money and millions and stuff. Like
Yeah, I think
millions
it's
of
just a
dollars for this
language,
stuff.
like you said, like all Germans sound angry, or
Right.
like if you watch, was it Chinese or Mandarin? One of them, they're like
It looks like
Koreans
they're
or something.
yelling.
Always, they just very punctual, like
Mm-hmm.
what their language is. So yeah, he's probably a great guy, even if he is Hitler, right?
After all these years, he's just like, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Why be angry anymore?
Yeah.
You gotta part with that shit sooner or later, buddy.
Right? Leave that baggage behind.
He's like, take this junk. I don't fucking want it. I'm done with it. It's interesting that a lot of these figures on here, though, the dinosaur or whatever that guy's riding, reminds me of the stone. What is it called? Anyone can help out here.
Stone what?
In Peru, is it where they have these stones and they are drawn on or carved to make it look like dinosaurs and stuff? People are saying they're fake. Have you ever seen this?
I don't think so.
I should probably do a report on it then.
Yeah.
I know,
But yeah, it reminds me a lot of
Peruvian
the same-
guidelines or whatever they are.
Oh yeah, those are gorgeous.
Whatever
aren't they?
lines.
So, all right. That's great. Wait, go back. The Ancient Metallic Library. That almost sounds like a badass rock
Yeah,
band.
that's him too. That's supposed to be his stuff. Some of the tablets he got.
Did anyone even go
That's
ahead
the
and like,
42-minute video that I figured we would watch.
is
Oh, yes.
But it looks like it's a well done thing, but I'm not watching that
Yeah,
one.
we're out of time anyway,
Yeah.
so
Well, did anyone translate any of the tablets? None.
too much of a bitch.
Not that I know of, because they were probably destroyed in that fire.
Oh God.
The fire that rocked the world.
They said some of it was ancient script, Sanskrit,
Oh,
whatever.
it's just a lecture.
Sanskrit.
All right, well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I am TC Christman.
Dan Hohlfeld.
Dusty Lawn.
Have a good night.
Billboard it, bitch.
Hi. Watch this video.
I'm not. Wow, watch this video. Perfect. Done. Wrap it up.
You like your Father Crespi? Or
Like
medium
your
rare?
Father Crispy?
Or sorry.
Original recipe or extra crispy? Today on Talk is Cheap, we talk about Father Crispy and his crispy artifacts. Crespi? God damn it. Crespi.
Crespi.
I want to call him Crispy.
I know you do.
Can I get a bowl of Rice Krispies?
With my Crespi.
I should have thought of that when we came here. Crespi. Crespi.
Crispy.
I'm gonna fuck it up again. Hello on this. God. Fuck.
Why are these so hard? We talk for 20
Right?
fucking minutes and not a problem, but then all of a sudden we're doing a 30-second.
It's just all that pressure on.
Right?
Yeah, that's all it is.
Crespi.
Crespi.
Who's Crespi? Today on Talk is Cheap, we talk about Father Crespi and his Crespi art. God damn it! I said articles.
You didn't even say crispy articles. You said Crespi twice. Father Crespi and his
Maybe
Crespi articles.
it's his crispy articles. Hello. Today on Talk is Cheap, we fuck. Fuck! I said I wanted to say talk, and it's like fuck. Stop laughing, Dan. Hello. Today on Talk is Cheap, we talk about Father Crespi and his crispy articles that burnt to hell. Stay tuned for that. Articles! I said articles again! Hello and welcome to Talk is Cheap. Today we talk about Father Crespi and his crispy artifacts that burnt to hell and how you cannot touch them.
That'll work.